5:30 a.m.-ish, and we're marching out of Mount Carter shelter towards a gap up here somewhere. The what gap? You know, I've got so many things over my head. Charge is telling me the name of the gap. I'm wearing all of my clothes. I'm wearing my mid-layer. I'm wearing my puffer jacket. I'm wearing my raincoat. We're at elevation, so it's quite cold. It was cold last night, but we were toasty in the tent. Yesterday was an extremely long, exhausting day, but we're proud of ourselves because we got to see Klingman's Dome, which was sensational, and we walked 25 miles. 24 miles. I can't wait to get into the shuttle and get into Gatlinburg to resupply, to launder, and to eat town food. I've got my town shorts on specially in anticipation, but it would be fair to say on day one of week 3 and at the 207 mile mark, that we will be 210 at least by the time we get to this car park, that I'm a bit hungry and worn out. But we're still heading north, but even better today, we're heading to town.
A little doubt will creep in. It happens over and over again. So if I act out, please be patient with me. Oh, I've been trying to feel deserving of love.
1.7 miles. And then I get to sit down. And just like that, we've walked the Tennessee, North Carolina state line, and there's Sloth. We've been in Tennessee a bit, remember? That's those privies without toilets. That's right, no privies in Tennessee shelters, privies in North Carolina shelters. Come on, Charge. Give us a smile.
Hi, Flash.
Hi, Charge. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, look, steak, big, fat, juicy.
I know.
3 times cooked potato.
I know.
Sour cream, salt, pepper.
Yeah.
What am I getting? Some greens, some broccolini.
Yeah.
Some long beans.
Yeah.
And did I mention the Chardonnay?
Oh, you can.
Then I'll have a Cabernet.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to finish off some Jack Daniels.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Charge is checking the sales figures.
Looks like I'm buying dinner tonight.
Looks like Anne was at home working hard, and Joe appreciates how hard they work every time we've got cell phone service.
I love Hancock's team. Brilliant.
And you check that sales report every time we've got service, don't you, darling?
Uh-huh.
So Charge is watching.
Yep. I'm watching Philby, Grant, Zane.
Look at that. They've come up in the world, sitting in the pavement in a car park. That's what being a hiker does to you. Got ourselves to Gatlinburg in the shuttle, and the knock where we're going to resupply doesn't open for half an hour. So down here on the left hand side there is Crockett's Breakfast Camp. Crockett's Breakfast Camp. It's got a really enormous skillet on the front of it, and not surprising, oh, my phone's doing strange things. That is exactly where we're going to go. Quickly. This is Charge's breakfast. Plus that, I don't know what that is, but it looks delicious. This is mine. And Sloth has got a little breakfast. But he's got a biscuit and gravy. The closest Joe's got to a bear the whole time. Charge. Leave that bear alone. Gatlinburg's a bit surprising when you've been in the woods for a number of days. You know, there's the dancing horse. There's lots and lots of people. There's Ripley's Believe It or Not. Many different fast food outlets. Well, given that it's the Thursday before Memorial Day, the Memorial weekend, it's not surprising. But it is kind of jarring when you've been out of the swing of things for a few days. Here's our shelter for the night. Margaritaville Resort. We've been in town in Gatlinburg. Been to the Knock and got new socks to replace the ones the mice stole. We have got some snacks and all the food we need for the next few days. We think probably that we can get to Hot Springs in just a couple of days. So we've got a couple of days of food in our various bags that we're carrying. And the plan now is to check in. Oh, we also had an enormous breakfast, as you would have seen. Is to check in. I've got an enormous bottle of body soak bubble bath, which is apparently going to soak my aches away. And we're going to do very little. Joe needs to put his foot up. We're all tired. It's a very large blue jandal in front of the resort. We're all tired, and it's just time for a rest and a good wash. Got an early check-in. And what's happening out of here, Charge? Oh, goodness me.
The glimpse of the swimming pool.
There's a pool down here. We paid extra for a pool view. But you can sit in those lounge chairs and basically sit in a little swimming pool. It's going to get really hot here. Exciting news. Charge?
Flash, exciting news.
Hang on. What's exciting?
In this cupboard,
Yeah.
there's an ironing board and an iron.
Because we need one, right? That looks like a likely location for us to buy something for lunch tomorrow. Yep, scoping out food and just doing a few jobs at the moment. Got our jobs done at Walgreens, and now Charge is taking me to a brewery for a cold beer. Sounds like a good idea. It's hot and steamy. There are people everywhere. Most appear to be eating. There's lots of food available, but cold beer is what we're looking for. Smoky Mountain Brewery and Restaurant. There we go. I need to get better at gauging the size of the food here. Uh-oh. Good morning, Charge.
Hello, Flash.
You're looking very comfortable there in your chair at the Margaritaville Resort.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out how I can take this chair in my backpack with the bed,
I know.
the shower, the toilet.
I know.
It is luxurious. One night only. We're back on the trail this morning.
We are. It's been a good stay.
It's been good.
So let's just start with what's on your feet, because your feet appear to be on fire. What's that about?
Well, a couple of nights ago at the shelter, the mice were being very active and they stole not one, not two, but 3 of my socks and 1 of my gaiters.
Yeah.
So there was a supply shop here in town, so I was able to get new socks, a ankle bandage, which was cool, and new gaiters.
And were there many gators to choose from?
No, I could have that colour.
Well, I'm sure they'll make you go faster.
Oh, look, on fire.
Your feet are on fire. Also, the other couple of other things that we encountered yesterday.
Yeah. So obviously we come in and had a shower, and then I had a hot bath, and 3 ticks. Ugh.
Floated to the surface.
Yep, they're all dead now.
Yeah, so we're going to have to be vigilant.
Yes. Normally the ticks are further north, but as the weather gets warmer, they all start popping out.
Okay, that's not great.
No.
Other significant things that have happened recently that we've been so busy walking, we haven't noted. So we've walked over 200 miles on the AT now, but not just that.
Yeah, so yesterday when we got to the trailhead, it was 207 miles this year. Add that to the 865 last year, so we're coming up to 1,100 miles hiked on the AT so far.
Out of a total of what?
We're over halfway.
We are over halfway.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Okay, so we're meeting Sloth downstairs and walking along the main street to get more coffee and something to eat. What is the plan for the next few days? Because it's Memorial Weekend.
Yeah, so obviously Memorial Weekend's big here in the US. So it's a long weekend, and so we'll be out on the trail. There'll be a lot of people out there. We've got a supply box of stuff that we bought from New Zealand, other food, sent to Hot Springs, which is the first town that the trail actually walks through, and so, which is quite exciting. And so we actually could just take it easy because
Well, the post office is
Well,
going to
yeah,
be closed
Tuesday.
until Tuesday.
Yeah. So we've got 3.5 days to do about 70, 80 miles. So nice and easy.
And maybe a day off in Hot Springs, because the name Hot Springs sounds good to me.
Yes.
There are hot springs.
We'll be taking we'll take a Nero, so small mileage into Hot Springs. We'll have that night in town, plus we'll take a Zero. So we'll have 2 nights in the same hotel, and then we'll plan from there. I haven't looked at the map after that.
You and I had a funny experience in the supermarket yesterday when we were looking at some snacks and bits and pieces that we needed to buy. And when you picked up a really heavy bag of M&Ms and I said, oh no, that's way too heavy, what happened then?
Yeah, there was 3 other guys
In the candy aisle.
in the candy aisle, of course. And they said, oh, you guys must be hikers. Yeah, because we needed smaller packs, which are lighter, and not to take too much on the trail.
It's funny how we shop, isn't it? It's like, oh no, that's far too heavy, we can't take it. So, and those 3 boys were from a group of guys who've called themselves the Lost Boys.
Lost Boys, yeah.
Who all hike together.
Yeah, and they've taken a month to get here, and we've taken 15 days.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. So we've got a band of 3. It's you, me, and our new friend Sloth.
Yeah.
And what have we called ourselves?
The winos. The winos on trail.
The Winos on Trail. Anyway, that's just a private name between the 3 of us, but I've shared it now. Okay, well, let's get our stuff together, and maybe we
Yes.
just need to get down the main street and get coffee and one thing.
Yep, we've got to go check out 6:50 a.m. We've got a shuttle driver at 8 a.m. But we've got 0.7 of a mile uphill to the car park from to pick us up. So let's get going.
Let's get going. Hey, boo-boo. Hopefully we don't see any more of those today. Not today. Today we're walking. So we're walking back up Main Street towards the Knock, the outdoor centre. Oops, my phone's messing up with focus. Sorry everybody. But we're walking back towards the Knock, which is the outdoor centre where we got dropped off yesterday, and where Joe bought those sensational flaming gaiters that he's now got on his feet. So we're walking in that direction, but there is I don't know, maybe there's a Starbucks or something up here where we can get some coffee and something to eat for breakfast. Our packs are a bit heavier because, as Charge said, we plan to be in the woods for 3.5 days, which means, 3 dinners, 3 breakfasts, 3 lunches, and all the snacks in between. So it's a beautiful day in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we're looking forward to getting back out there. Just texted Sloth to say, hey, we're heading out for coffee. We've checked out of the hotel. He's still packing. Shouldn't take him long because he's just got a backpack. So we'll see him shortly. But we are on the move. Hey, Charge.
Hi, Flash.
So what's going on?
Well, I'm just watching our fellow wino, and I wonder what's in his hand.
Oh, do you think it's a protein shake?
I don't think it's a protein
Shake or a health fruit? Is it
Well,
a
you have to
protein
ask-
shake, Sloth, that you've got in your hand?
Yes. Salted caramel protein shake from Starbucks. Yeehaw!
The sun keeps on shining, the light that keeps on giving, feeling everything's alright. 'Cause these are the days.
Okay, 8:33, and we are back on trail. Sloth has 1,972 miles to go. There we go, Sloth. Flash and Charge, not so much. We just had a really informative ride back out to the trail. I'll just go past Sloth. Sam, our driver, just told us a whole bunch of really interesting information about the Smoky Mountains National Park, how it came to be, how it was previously farmed, decimated from trees. But the thing that really captured me was the impact on bears on their lifespan, if they end up eating, food that's left by humans. So Sam said if they eat a natural, I'm going up some stairs, I might pass, a natural diet, they have a lifespan of about 25 to 30 years. But in the park, if they get access to trash and start eating, food that's been left by humans, and they can't tell the difference between the food and the packaging. They have very, very sensitive senses of smell, so it all smells good. They try and eat it all. It can halve their lifespan. So it's so important that we hang our bear bags, that we make sure that we don't poison these poor bears so they can go on and have a long, healthy life, and not look at humans as being the provider of tasty treats, which ultimately is going to end in disaster for everybody. 1.1 mile in, and all we've done is climb. The other thing that's interesting is that the terrain has changed. It's really rocky, and we're having to lots of stepping and negotiating clumps of rocks. So quite different from what we started out with in Georgia, that's for sure. So we're off to see Charlie's Bunion. Charlie's Bunion in 1.3 miles. That's a bit exciting. Unexpected, because I hadn't been looking at my map today. I'd just been kind of wandering along, just and enjoying the sunlight and the lovely trail that we're walking along. But Charlie's Bunion is something else I've seen lots of photos of. Hi. Hello. How you doing? Good morning, Smokies. We've just been waiting all morning kind of to see you clearly. We'll take that. I'd like it a bit clearer, but yeah. Charlie's Bunion's up there. Are you going to be cautious
Yes.
as you go and check it out?
Yes, Mother Jakisevich. Yes, Mother.
There we go.
Yes, Mother Bridget.
Yep, there we go. Let's go check out Charlie's Bunion. Charlie's Bunion is a rock outcrop, which gives you an amazing view out across the Smokies, but Memorial Weekend in the Smokies means lots and lots and lots of day hikers. So there are people all over the rock who obviously didn't want to get off it just so that we could get the perfect shot. So we took a few snaps, stood up there, enjoyed the view, and just carried on with our day. Sloth stuck himself over on the other side of the rock and got some really fantastic panoramic shots and just kept away from the day hikers. Just climbed to the top of Mount Laurel with an elevation of 5,767 feet. Been doing a bit of climbing today, but rather than just plonk ourselves down on the path because we're at the top, we're just going to find ourselves somewhere, a nice outlook and an appropriate place to eat the Subway sandwiches that we bought yesterday. So that's a real treat for us after all of this climbing, to be able to hook into some real food. It just means we're going to have to carry those 2 blocks of cheese for a couple of days longer. Past 1, and we're just coming up to the 10-mile mark. The miles don't seem to have gone quickly this morning, but we left quite late, so we didn't start till 8:30, 8:45, so we've been going pretty steadily. The shelter is about 8 miles away, and that's cool. Not sure how many people are going to be there at the shelter, but there's plenty of space. But we just passed a couple of guys who are heading to the shelter. They're not through hikers. A bit weird. One's got a monster gun on his hip, and yeah, it just makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. So I think Sloth, Charge and I might all sleep in our tents at the shelter. I'm not sure how comfortable I feel sleeping in the same building as those two guys. They just seemed a bit off. Definitely not through hikers. Just off. Not a lot of water on trail today. There's been very little. In fact, I'm talking to the video about it, Charge. We came in with water, and there was a shelter very early on in our walk that had a stream, but literally for the last, I'd say, 9 miles, there's been no water. There was a stream back about 1.5 miles, but it wasn't flowing, so... And we could have gone to another shelter, but it was going to be 1/2 mile there to the stream and 1/2 mile back. So we are approximately 4 and a bit miles from our shelter that we're heading to this evening. So we're conserving water. It's not too hot and sunny, but on a hot sunny day, that's a long way between drinks. Just over 7 hours, and just shy of 16 miles, we've arrived at the Tri-Corner shelter, and it's been a day of ups and downs, both literally and figuratively. We have climbed a lot, well over 5,000 feet, but we've been treated to stunning views. It looks like it's going to be busy at the shelter, so we're going to need to go and find ourselves a spot and pitch a tent. I'll let you know how that goes. As through hikers, we need to give shelter berths to non-through hikers. They get to have them, we get to tent. I'm quite happy with that. Tent pitching. Here are we, and Sloth is up there.